Hello, my name is Abe. Welcome back to Dead Cells. We have, look at this, every blueprint, including the freaking flashbang. It's been done. So satisfying. And the outfits, we only have 2 left. Both right next to each other, right here. One is something that we have to flawless for. And the other is something that we just have to pay for, which we're almost done with. We will be able to afford it on this run. That's fantastic. Oh man, don't. I really want to do like Giant Killer, but I also really want to do Sonic Carbine. I like it. It's a fun weapon. But I want to do Brutality, so I tell you what. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to take the Carbine, and then I'm going to not use it after the first couple of floors. I'm gonna use it early because it's good, but we're gonna roll like a melee weapon or something because I want to. It's been asked of me. I haven't done a very good like melee brutality focused run recently, so I want to try to make it work. But for now, we'll just use Sonic Carbine because it's gonna be able to murder everything on the first floor extremely easily. And definitely go for this. And do this, there we go. No more teleports, huh? I really like to get the Hunter's Grenade early. I mean, 738 from 228 HP. For the same principle of why you get that early, amulet, that it gives you just a lot of health that allows you to survive. I really like getting that early Hunter's Grenade. I've learned to appreciate the Hunter's Grenade, the Hunter's Granada. It's just so nice to have. Hello. And yeah, and this weapon is gonna be just fine for us initially. It's got very good crowd control, which I guess is what I really like about it, especially early. To be able to kill things like the rats and the enemies at the same time means that you're not gonna be swarmed. You're gonna be able to make it through, hopefully getting to your 30 door, so you get a little bit of extra early game cash. You were invisible, and then you died, so like, how did that treat you? The damage is a little bit low since we don't have very many points into tactics, but again, I don't really want to do another tactics run. We've been doing a lot of those lately. I'd much rather do some sort of like a survival or brutality melee focused run. Although there are tactics-based melee weapons, they're so few and far in between that it's really hard to get a good melee tactics build. It feels like you're pretty much forced to do like Poison Claws or Sadist Stiletto, and that might be the only ones actually, now that I think about it. War Javelin is technically a ranged weapon, so that one doesn't count. I'm lucky. There's a little bit of screen shake that I wish I could remove, but I don't think that's actually an option in the game. And hey, we don't have to go to the ramparts this time. We could go wherever we want. We could do anything. We can go anywhere. Although now the question is, where the heck do we go? I think that we should go. Go ahead. I think that we should go to DLC. Just barely ran out of ammo. Yeah, I think we should do DLC. It's a fun place. I can't believe you actually managed to hit me from that. You were slowed down in your jumping animation. But yeah, I like the DLC places. And it's not a bad floor. And I like fighting the Tick. The Tick is a fun fight. Please go down. Please go down. Okay, that time I was holding down and trying to fall, and it just climbed back up. Valmont's whip, snake fangs are melee. I always forget about the whip. I remembered the fangs, though. I did remember the fangs. I guess the whip is technically a ranged weapon, isn't it? It's not a melee weapon, so, you know, that is a way of doing tactics, pseudo-melee. But there's just so many better options for brutality. You've got so many choices. Swift sword and assassin's blade. And pyrotechnics, which is actually a mixed bag, but also ranged. But you know what? It's a good enough weapon. Its damage is actually a little bit better than Sonic Carbine because we're not scaling the Carbine. So let's go to pyrotechnics and let's roll. Let's also do this. Let's roll a brutality build and we'll try to build around this. Also, it's our last blueprint! Come back and see me when you found some new blueprints. All right. Early No Mercy. I have a new strategy. Well, it's an old strategy. If you have the grenade, take No Mercy. If you don't have the grenade, take disengagement. Hold on, Valmont is melee, whip is range? Really? I really thought that they would both be ranged because the whip is ranged, but that's an interesting little tidbit there. So this is a bit slow to kill some of these enemies, but we have ways of making it faster eventually. You know, we can have a flame breath eventually, which will be faster than this weapon that we have right now. We could get piercing on this, which would really help it to do damage a lot faster. But for now, it's a good, decent, ranged, brutality, fire-enabling weapon. Although this is gonna be something that we want to swap out for on the tick fight, because the tick can't really burn that easily. But for now, it's okay. Now all these cells with no purpose. Well, there is a purpose to having these cells. Oh, let's freaking go. There is a purpose right now to have all these cells. If we get the weapon that is the collector syringe, it's actually a skill, but if we get that skill, we can just spam collector syringe with no care in the world about our cell usage, which is great. I wonder, I would hope that the collector has like some dialogue if you have a lot of cells. Like if you give him 1,000 cells, he's like, my God, I've never seen this many cells from you before. You hit me onto the spikes, you piece of garbage. I don't even know how you did that. Like, that would be kind of fun. How are you inflicted with oil? Probably my downwards attack. No. Crush Trap gives oil? How come the Crush Trap didn't oil up the elite enemy? I guess because he was protected in the shield, but I don't know. Seems a little weird. Mother of Zerg, welcome. How's it going? Random weapons. Brutality. This will be nice to get some better equipment. Vorpan. Spreads oil onto the enemy. Right now, Pyrotechnics isn't that good because it's only giving us 626 DPS. If we can get oil, it's 1,000. The Vorpan does 1,700 on its own. That's a good enough weapon to take. And I kind of like Pyrotechnics. Yeah, maybe we'll do something like this. I don't want to know. Swift Sword. No, Vorpan does a lot more damage. All right, this should be good enough. I think this is an upgrade. I'm probably focusing a little bit too much on pyrotechnics, but with Vorpan giving us oil, now we can enable the crits on the pyrotechnics, which could allow us to use this as an engage-disengage like setup. Like, you get up into the enemy's faces, and then if you need to dodge out of the way, you can dodge out of the way and then still get those crits out of it. Maybe. Oh, hell yeah! Let's do it. Mother of Zerg says, I just got settled into my college dorm again. I guess it is getting to that time, isn't it? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't like that. I don't think that's a very good weapon. Random skills. What we have is fine, currently. Just fine. Yo, I'm cursed. Be careful. I realized after I was engaging the birds and dodge rolled through the spikes here that, oh, right! Hey, if you get hit, you die! Let's try not to die. Die, die, die. So I'm also like very cautious about even dropping down. Yeah, I know. Malaise tier's increased. It's always increasing. Don't remind me. Okay. Oh, no. No. Oh, crap. Crap! I am, We lifted the curse. Oh, thank God. I accidentally broke the floor. Turns out that was not a very smart idea, but it was also a complete accident. Oh my freaking God. That floor breaking right there. You freaking jerk. This floor screwed me so hard. Oh my God. Okay. Oh. That was scary. That was very scary. I did not anticipate the floor to completely break out from under me. Oh, okay. A victim of bleeding spreads it to nearby enemies, creates a toxic cloud that lasts for 15 seconds, inflicting bleed and poison damage, 21 DPS for 2 seconds. Electrocutes nearby enemies for 8 seconds. Arrows stuck in enemies come back. All right, you know what? Let's try it out. Bleed, poison, and electrocution. A triple whammy. I don't know if I trust this, but hey, if we have anything that is plus damage to poison targets, plus damage to bleeding targets, maybe we can get some sort of a synergy here with this electrocution, poison, flames. You jerk. Although it doesn't seem to, well, it has a 20-second cooldown. It also doesn't seem to electrocute around me. It seems to electrocute around where I did the trap. Right where I cast the toxic cloud. I was thinking I could just run around and then get the electrocution, but I don't think that's the case. Please. Is it also oiling? Oh no, that's the sword, of course. And by sword, I'm obviously mean not sword. You know what? No, it is electrocuting around me. It's just like inconsistent and slow and not a lot of damage. So it's probably just, you know, it's for status effects. It's not for doing damage. It's like, hey, you have another piece of equipment that's like, you do more damage to an enemy that's electrocuted, and then you just get all the status effects at once with this equipment. I get it. Yeah, it's doing 49 damage on the electrocution. It's not a lot. Please. Let's go. But maybe we can build around that. Maybe we can build around something that gives us all these different status effects. I don't care. I don't care about you, mushroom boy. Please, please. Or maybe we can get twin daggers. Well, plus damage to a poison target. Okay, you got me thinking. I really like twin daggers. I actually think it's a very good weapon. Vorpan is a higher quality, does more damage, but twin daggers is pretty good. But let's keep the pan for now. It's acceptable. That's not an electrocution, that's a mild static shot. Hey, it says electrocution. I'm hoping to watch someone die. Well, I've learned something. You can, in fact, jump down out of a trap plant. You don't want to, but you could if you needed to. Are we done? There's one enemy remaining. Yeah, we're done. All right. Prison depth time. Time to run into all the enemies and bash them in the face with a Vorpan and hopefully not die. Although for rolling brutality, we could do something like slow enemies when you hit them and all that nice, wonderful mutation nonsense. Permanent upgrade unlocks a health potion that can be used at any time. I want to unlock that! I want to unlock that! Just take a screenshot because... Oh! I see. When you talk to him, it selects this item in the general upgrade, but it has the text appear on this screen accidentally. Health flask, gold reserves, starting equipment, recycling, restock, deployable traps, grenades, powers, melee weapons, ranged weapons, shields. You know what? Let's take a moment. Lightning bolt is a ranged weapon, of course. Ice shards. Electric whip is ranged. Wrenching whip is melee. Valmont's whip is melee. Tentacle is melee? Really? Okay, well, that was unexpected. All right, so the whip and the wrenching whip, those are both melee. And there are no... Electric whip is the ranged version, okay. Shields. Mutations. Outfits. There's a lot of outfits compared to everything else. Well, that's interesting. There's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff in this game. So let's see, melee. Slows enemies for 0.61 seconds. And then also Predator is really fun too. Killing enemies makes you, melee kills makes you invisible. What's also good is initiative. Your first melee attack inflicts plus 300 damage. We're not really, I'm gonna try melee. We're not really killing, I should say, we're not really relying on 300 damage to do that much, but if you scale brutality, it can end up doing a lot of damage. Tentacle makes sense, it sends out an arm and then pulls you towards it. I mean, I guess it does make a little bit of sense. I actually think this might be better than pyrotechnics, so I'm gonna do this, get rid of the shield. Keep pyrotechnics in case we want it, but I actually think that maybe the daggers are better. The bleed is... The bleed combined with the impact damage from the throwing knife is about 1,000 damage, which is more than we're getting out of pyrotechnics at 1,000 DPS. So it does kind of feel like maybe that's slightly better. By the way, your malaise tier is increased? I didn't screw it up this time? Let's go. Being very cautious about my like falling and jumping and all that nonsense. Yo, these also pierce, which I didn't realize. That's handy. Come on. I don't got forever. Let's do this, man. Me and you. What the heck? How did you get here? I guess you probably spawned in. Yo. Stop moving. Okay. I like it. I like the throwing knife. It's allowing me to be a little bit better about actually hitting those enemies, getting some damage on them. Okay. There's a lot of stuff happening. Flawless! Oh man, critical hits if you haven't taken damage for at least 15 seconds. Well, we haven't taken damage for at least 15 seconds. I don't know. You wanna try it? Better than the Vorpan, it's legendary. I don't think it's that good. But you know what? As long as we never get hit, this will be a very good weapon for us. Just be perfect for all time, and this weapon will be fantastic. And never get hit by any bombs either, because that's a very easy way of losing your flawless. There it goes. You jerk. Well, that's bad. Kinda, you know, wish I had something else going on here, but just keep throwing your daggers. Kinda ran out though. There we go. Yeah, that's like when you're getting the crits, flawless, not that bad. When you're not getting the crits, yeah, not really that good, is it? Ah, crap. You freaking... I hate that he can hit you when you're on another platform. Give me some different weapons, please. I made a horrible mistake. Fire Blast. Oh, that's actually, like, really good. Okay, look, I kind of hate to do it, but I actually just dislike flawless. I know it's legendary, but I don't appreciate the weapon. If you get hit, that's when you need your damage the most, and losing the damage at that moment kind of blows. Can't believe you hit me. But also, I think the moveset isn't, I don't like it that well. Why? Don't go up, go down! Fire Blast is certainly interesting. I'm taking a lot of damage. What is it, oil? Oh, stop hitting me with your... The lead's still alive, isn't he? Yo, die, thank you. Oh my lord. I don't know what it is with me and brutality lately. I've just had very, like, poor brutality builds. But maybe I'm trying to go too heavy into ranged weapons. Maybe that's my problem. I like the tactics runs that I have. I like having the like high-powered weapons and the sweet nerves of steel bow, and then I try to do a brutality run, and I'm like, let's do that again. It's like that doesn't work though. I need to build differently. Maybe I shouldn't have gotten rid of that shield too. That would have been nice to parry these guys. Yeah, we'll refactor this slowly and make it more of a melee build, because getting away from that is definitely causing some problems. Well, none of this is red, so I'm just gonna recycle it all. We are done with the floor. We've done everything. Let's get the heck out of here. I know that we could like go back to the shop, but I don't really have that much money. Well, I guess I have 18 grand. It's like enough. But let's just go here anyways, because sorry, not here. Let's go... Not here. Let's go here, and we'll get some new equipment from the Morass of the Banished. I should also look at Pyrotechnics. 1200 DPS. Freeze. Victims freeze nearby enemies. Plus damage to a poison target, plus damage to an electrified target. Pyrotechnics with our skill could be interesting? I don't know. Flawless, more like wannabe cursed sword. Sun Luke says the only thing I dislike about Flawless is the opening hit. The opening hit is very slow, I will fully grant you that. Kills with a melee weapon. Melee kills make you invisible. I don't even have a melee weapon, so we're just going to, for now, get to like disengagement just to keep us safe, and we'll try to get a new melee weapon, because we have melee as a mutation, and if we don't get a melee weapon, we'll swap mutations and we'll figure something out. But we'll just do this floor first. We have a lot of ranged weapons. Wow, that was actually extremely good damage. We have a lot of ranged weapons, so you know I don't anticipate the curse chest really being that difficult for us when we get to it. This needs piercing, I'm realizing. That's gonna be a big one if we can make it happen. Not having piercing on the pyrotechnics is a big small issue. That would help our damage significantly. Let's just grab the health. We'll probably just get to the other tick. Well, we should try to get to 60 and then we'll do the tick. I like the fire damage. As long as I can, I can't even see the enemy. As long as we can keep the enemies on fire, maybe we can build some sort of a fire synergy with pyrotechnic. I like pyrotechnic, that's the thing. I do. It's actually a little hard, it seems, to aim the pyrotechnic. Well, if you just stay there, you'll die eventually. What the heck are you? Seismic strike, no thank you. Get out of here, you freaking enemies, so many of them. Technics. By the way, your melee's level's increased? Want to kill you before I fight this guy. Ah! Unfortunate. Dude, I hate that you spawn when I'm fighting the giant tick. I want to do this area though right now because oftentimes there's a curse chest. I want to see if we can get that curse chest. There's gonna be a lot of biters following me. How do they all die? Does the fourth shot from Pyrotechnic have like an AoE on it? There is a food shop on this floor. We should probably try to get to it. But I'm already on this path, so I kind of want to finish this path. The food shop should be up here to the right, I think. I gotta itch my face. Ah! Throwing knife, pyrotechnics, corrosive cloud. What a strange brutality build. I should be using the throwing daggers for the biters because it pierces. Oh, you know what? Downward smash attack applies a little bit of frost. I had no idea. That's cool. There's the curse chest. Are we? I mean, I'm willing to do it, but we, you know, just have to not take damage, and we got to go and get the. We got to go get the curse chest, healing at some point. Repels our nearby enemies. All right, tell you what. We have to not get hit anyways, so let's take Wave of Denial. It's a 5-second cooldown. Maybe I can use this similarly to the Telluric Shock. By the way, your melee's tier is increased. There's the food shop. So we're just gonna go there. Probably have to kill some enemies anyways, so... Oh, no we don't. So buy this, buy this. That's gonna help a lot with our curse, I think. It's just not, it's nice to have the enemies come to you, but it's also nice not to be surprised by enemies that you weren't expecting. So I think that's the benefit of Wave of Denial. Being able to just push enemies off of platforms or into walls, interrupting their attacks. I want you to come to me, and then watch this. See ya. Yeah, okay, I get it. I get it. Yo! Collector's Syringe. Yes, yes. For a mere few cells. Plus 100% damage to a target covered in burning oil and spreads oil to the enemy. The thing is, how the heck would you be able to flawless a boss like the Tick? Because you need to be able to dodge roll, but if you dodge roll, you cancel your attack. I don't know, it's possible. It's possible. The wave can cancel Mama Tick's attacks. Now, when you say cancel, how do you mean that? Do you mean it will actually cancel Mama Tick's attacks and then Mama Tick won't continue with the same combo? Or do you mean it will interrupt the attack and then Mama Tick will do a new attack combo afterwards? Because I've been screwed by that difference in the past, where sometimes, we saw it on the last run with the Collector and the Stun Shield. If you stun an enemy, sometimes they will continue with their attack combo when they unstun, and then sometimes when you stun an enemy or freeze an enemy or whatever, they will not continue their attack combo. And sometimes I just get screwed by the difference between the two, because I don't anticipate it happening. We'll take this. Super good interrupt. Well, maybe we'll keep it. It is colorless. Maybe we can get some good use out of this Wave of Denial. Maybe I'll still want to grab a shield though, so I can Wave of Denial into a block just in case. Yeah, I'm beginning to see the value of this Wave of Denial. I think I've underestimated it. Being able to, every 5 seconds, jump into a cluster of enemies and then just push them away from you so that they all die, like the weak enemies like rats, it's quite helpful. I've been learning more and more as I play this game that you do want to have some way of dealing with crowds of enemies. It's important. If you can't deal with the crowds of enemies, you're gonna get overwhelmed. You're going to have your own attacks be interrupted. You're going to lose your own combos. Being able to have something that just one-shots the rats and the biters easily and quickly, that's extremely nice, extremely helpful. I'm also liking the throwing daggers for a similar purpose. Although for the throwing daggers, I do wish they had spreads bleed. Maybe we'll try to re-roll them or just get better throwing daggers in the future. We're almost done with the floor. like that was pretty good. Freaking just destroyed them from their little hanging platform. It was fantastic. Hi guys. Jesus. They take 1705 damage if they get pushed up into a wall. That's not gonna one-shot all the enemies forever. I mean, it's not even one-shotting those guys, but it's fun nonetheless. Ah, that's highly annoying. Okay, well, let's start here. How are we gonna do this? I guess that... It's like the electricity is killing the crystals, which is kind of nice. Allows me to get in there and do my own damage. Sure, give me as much brutality as possible right now. Do have 43 enemies killed. We're not going to be able to hit 60 though, unfortunately, but that's fine. So we're done, unless we want to go back to the shop and just see if there's anything there really quickly that we want. So why don't we just look real fast? Pretty high quality gear. Corrosive cloud victim bleeding spreads it to nearby enemies. Pyrotechnics, throwing knives, wave of denial. I think we're okay. We're okay to fight the boss anyways, and hope for the best. Don't have a shield. It's gonna be a little tough to block some of the shots, but hopefully we'll be fine. Let's do it. Nest. So I will try to use wave to cancel Mama Tick attacks. We'll see how that works. Don't have a shield, but we'll just try to block and dodge our way through, or not block, but we'll try to dodge our way through the attacks. And I am thinking I would really like throwing knives to have spread bleed, but let's not worry about replacing... Oh, this also spreads oil, so pyrotechnics will get crits. Let's go. Let's not worry about spending money when we can probably just get different equipment later. We don't need melee, so you know what? Reset mutations, give me... Your first melee attack inflicts damage. I don't have melee weapons, so none of this is any good. What about... Like, look, I hate to do it, but... Freaking... Classic combo, I guess. There's not a lot of brutality mutations that operate on ranged weapons. It's all melee, 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 melee. So Wave of Denial spreads oil, then we can get the crits out. It's like good enough damage. You know what? I understood what happened there. Wave of Denial canceled the attack from the underground claw, which caused it to hit me when I moved out of the way. So that cost us the flawless right there. That's a little frustrating. I messed up. I deserve that. Oh my god. I'm doing this very poorly. Normally I'm better against Mama Tick, okay? So we'll try to use it to cancel the attack. Cancel. Well, I mean, you're going to this stage anyways. Oh my god. That was 2 in a row. Stay in the corner. I'm handling this fight extremely poorly. I don't think I've handled this fight this poorly in a long time. Then again, it's been a while since I've even fought Mama Tick, so you know what? Give me a little bit of understanding there. Yeah, okay, so it canceled the attack. Canceled the attack. Except it didn't cancel the attack! She still did her attack! And that's the thing that irks me about anything in the game that quote-unquote cancels attacks, because it actually did not. She did a 1-2 combo, I used Wave of Denial, and then she finished her combo. So it doesn't quite work. and I always seem to take damage trying to rely on that interruption that never actually works out. Frickin'. Gulp. There's a food shop in the next level if we go to the DLC, so I think we'll do that. Just so that we can heal without having to use a flask. But yeah, that, stuff like that irks me ever so slightly, but I did it to myself. But yeah, so maybe I have to be sitting on the ground to cancel Mama Tick's attack. Maybe you can't cancel and interrupt an attack combo that's already started. I don't understand the mechanic behind it. So I think what I should do in the future is just not use it to interrupt attacks. That way I'm not going to be surprised. Because that's the thing, is that I always take damage when I'm surprised that something does or doesn't work the way I think it should work. So if we just kind of ignore it, in the future, we won't have to worry about getting hit. Because we just won't be putting ourselves in the position to get hit. Okay, pyrotechnics though, still decent enough to get the job done, but I'm hoping to get something a little bit better on this floor. We'll hope to get some new equipment since this is the floor where that's gonna happen. And also, one reason that I kind of wanted to come here is that we're very good at dealing with enemies that are on these platforms and ledges. We just knock them off and then they die with this wave of denial. So it's like, yoink, see you later. Oh no, this guy! Well, I was gonna knock him off the ledge and then I realized let's keep him alive since he's easy. Goodbye. Sometimes it's, you know, a little sad when the enemies just fall to their doom and then I realize, you know what, you suck anyways. That seemed to work. I got crits because I used Wave of Denial. Don't give me a legendary Tombstone. I don't want it. Legendary Frost Blast. Freezes enemies. Legendary Tombstone. It does do 11,000 DPS. Hit an enemy with the last hit to bury it under a tombstone and doom nearby enemies. $48.58 DPS and gets you the crits. Is Fire Blast just straight up better than Pyrotechnics? Less range, but you still burn the enemy for a lot of damage. 50% damage at max HP on the Tombstone. I'll probably re-roll that because we're rarely going to be at max HP. Like, I think that it's just straight up better. I don't know. Kind of, maybe. That kind of working. Is that a door? No. Looks like a door. I'm like specifically trying to get the Tombstone effect, which I think is the thing that always screws me with the weapon. Trying to get the Tombstone effect and just, you know, getting myself killed because of it. Oh my god. This is probably not the best build, at least for me, for trying to get the the curse chest that we're gonna have to do. Oh, don't go there. Just keep moving. Although if I do get one kill, I'm likely to get others. We probably shouldn't even do this room, but I'm just gonna do it anyways because I'm here. I mean, I guess, you know, it's killing things in the first 2 hits. Giant Killer is good, but I don't need it. There's a starred enemy at the beginning of the stage that dropped something. I will, it's a scroll. I will go back there when we head over to the cursed chest, but I want to get the map done first. That third shot is just so slow. When it works, it's satisfying. When it doesn't work, you're like, I should just have a faster weapon. Oh, crap. Three stats: extra jump, burn, oil. I think I'm actually gonna take that for the spread out stats. And actually, it doesn't affect really the damage of our weapon that much. You gotta go down. Do you get doom if you land the third hit on a bird? I think you do. I do think you do get the doom on the bird, because things will target the bird, so it would make sense that this would also target the bird. Well, a lot of things died. A lot of things did not die there. Alright, so we do have a lot of the map. Ah, you freaking jerk. Wait, can you doom a tombstone in order to spread the doom? Maybe that's like a possible synergy here. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. It does not look like you can doom a tombstone, which would have been cool. It would really make the synergy pop a little bit more. Should have left you alive. Alright, got the scroll. We don't really need any health, but I think what I am gonna do, just because we're gonna do the curse chest, is just buy this real quick. It's gonna make it easier to deal with the curse, because I'm not gonna have to worry about enemies teleporting into me. So then we gotta go this way for it. I mean, like, straight up, it's doing enough damage that I'm pretty happy with the tombstone, but I'm not really utilizing its whole property of killing things on the third hit and dooming surrounding enemies. At least I'm not using that effect properly. I actually think I'm gonna replace Corrosive Cloud. Root Grenade is gonna help a lot here. Something that just allows me to kill enemies will be nice. Let's go all the way over to the right. Still have Wave of Denial, don't worry about that. Watch out for the bird. There's an enemy down here. Make sure that you get toasted. Make sure you get roasted. Random weapons. Give me brutality. I don't think I'm gonna swap out from Tombstone. I'm gonna try to make it work. But I am going to use Throwing Knife instead of Fire Blast, because it's faster. And then I'm gonna maybe look for a shield? There you go. just so that we have a shield. Rift. I will look for the rift later. But thank you for pointing it out. I guess the grenade would be the thing that I would use to handle this situation. Excuse me, there's a bird there. How do I kill this guy? I guess. Oh no! Look, the melee's buildup is so slow. We can. Could you like not do that though? It kind of scares me a little bit. There we go. Gotta get through the trap though. Where's the bird? I worry about the birds. I don't want to come in this direction, but we're here, so let's do it. Hey, bird. Okay, there's gonna be 2 enemies over here. You're the last enemy that needs to be killed. All right. 30 kills, and we are done with the curse. Hey, the tombstone did target the bird. We've learned that, at least. Yeah, like, the tombstone is just one-shotting everything, which I guess is perfectly fine. Let's kill you real quick, because you're very close. In fact, yeah! That's why I like the root grenade. Just, you know, kills an enemy. Excuse me? I guess if you get hit, you probably lose your combo for trying to get the tombstone out. That makes sense. I should just use the tombstone as a weapon. Stop trying to get the 3rd hit from it. Like, maybe I should just be it like, hey, if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. Don't worry about it. Okay, where do we gotta go? There's a couple of things still left to explore, so we'll explore it. Thank you for that. I appreciate getting hit twice, trying to get rid of you. Totally fair. I see the room there. Still gotta find that rift, too, that I was told about. Like, how can I get rid of a weapon when we've got this 16,000 DPS tombstone? I can't get rid of it, so we're just gonna keep using it. I will eat the food, thank you very much. I guess the tombstone does sometimes fire a shot when I swing it. Explorer's Instinct, we got a freaking chest, who would have guessed it? Flint, nah. Although 15,000 DPS is very close to the legendary tombstone that we have. If I was confident in my ability to use a weapon like that requires timing, I might go for it. But I'm definitely not at a state in my dead cells. The frickin' bird got me. Where I think I can make something like that work. Chest over here. At least there's no enemies in these rooms that we've been getting. And a Sata Stiletto. Look, wrong run. Give that to me on a frickin' tactics run so I can actually run melee tactics. Which actually sounds like a bad idea now that I think about it, because melee tactics is probably very risky, since you don't have that much health. And I think we're actually finally done. So let's get the heck out of here. Little light on health, but we still have disengagement, so we'll be fine. If we need to heal, we can. And Yeah, I'm okay. So Tombstone, Wave of Denial, Root Grenade. I don't know. I forgot about the Rift! I'm sorry. God damn it. It was even mentioned. I just forgot about it. Whatever, it's fine. It happens. If I'm not the one that sees it, it's just like in one ear, out the other, pretty much. I just forget about it immediately. Okay. I mean, I like that you don't get, oh, nice shot, interrupted, but again, that third shot just takes so long that tends to happen to me sometimes, it seems. I just get hit by it. I stunned a corpse. What a shot. Also, you suck. I was trying to get up there to use Wave of Denial, but I got shot, or I got hit by the Necromancer with his freaking lantern. I really should have healed, but I wanted to try to get some health back on recovery. I don't like the Tombstone. I don't. People keep telling me that the Tombstone is amazing. It's just so slow. The third shot that's important, it's slower than the first shots. It lets you hover in the air when you're using the third shot when you want to like fall quickly so you can get it to land. I just really don't like the Tombstone. It's a cool weapon. You know, the doom effect on nearby enemies is kind of fun, but I'm just not a big fan, you know, and I think that's okay. With all of the items that exist in this game and everything being different as far as the not skills required, but as far as like personal preference goes, I think it's okay that people have different ideas on what constitutes good or bad weapons, because I have my own personal preferences. People tell me they hate Nerves of Steel, best weapon in the game, nearly. You know, I have my own personal preferences here. Sonic Carbine is good. I hate the quick bow. I like the explosive crossbow. I hate the freeze crossbow. I like the boomerang. Curse sword is a meme. I actually kind of dislike oiled sword. Its damage is kind of low. I like the blowgun. I don't like the crowbar. You know, I don't like the flawless. Everyone has their own weapons that they like. So I think that you just don't like melee, says Host of the Ghost. I actually really like melee, but I probably like fewer melee weapons than the ranged weapons. I like the Assassin's Dagger. I actually kind of like Frantic Sword, although 50% health or 50% melees, it's hard to get the crits out of it. I like those. What other melee weapons do we have? I don't like the katana. The blood sword is pretty good, but its damage output with the bleed is very low. So that's kind of like meh. Don't really like shrapnel axes, although if you're running them as melee specifically, maybe they could be okay. Don't really like Spite Sword. That's the one that if you've gotten hit recently, it gives you a damage bonus. I like not getting hit whenever possible. I like the Pan. Pan is very good. The whips are actually pretty fun, and they are technically melee. So those are pretty good. I like the Impaler. I like Hayabusa Gauntlets. I saw those up there. I wish I could see a little higher. It's like, ugh. I want to be able to take a look. What is that? Is that the club? The flint? Don't really like the, not the flint. Toothpick? Don't really like the toothpick all that much. What else do we got? Let's try to, torch is very good too. I like the torch. Ugh. The symmetrical lance, I think it's way too slow and the crits are kind of meaningless. Broadsword is pretty good. I like the shovel. Broadsword is pretty good, although it's slow. Oven axe is pretty good, but it's slow. Tombstone is pretty good, but it's slow, and even then, I still kind of I'm not a big fan. Boy's axe. I understand it. It's kind of like, I should treat the boy's axe like the boomerang. It's a ranged weapon. It's a support weapon. So yeah, like I have my own personal preferences for things. I like flint. The last run I used with flint, I performed very poorly. Seismic strike, I haven't really been using. I haven't even been trying it because I Usually when I'm doing survival, I have better survival weapons, but Seismic Strike I think is okay. Bazooki, not a big fan. It's hard to get it's too hard to get the timing down for it, I think. Especially if you're rolling and trying to continue the timing, it's just very tough. Tentacle, I understand the tentacle, but I'm not a big fan because it's too hard to keep your distance appropriately to certain enemies, especially bosses. The staff I don't like because I want to try to get the parries, but it's not a very good weapon for parrying. I would rather just have a shield. And yeah, you know, I think everyone has their own opinions and their own likes and dislikes, and it's fine because that's what this game is all about, giving you the choices to, you know, make your own choices. Anyways. I do think I need to do some more melee focused runs though, because or brutality focused, because obviously I think that's giving us the most problems. Survival I'm doing okay with, tactics I'm doing okay with, but brutality I'm doing the worst with. Maybe what I really need to do is just get a good melee weapon and then roll melee, predator, and then like maybe not no mercy, but maybe like disengagement, and then just use those with a good melee weapon to just steamroll. Because we've had extremely good melee runs, you know, we've flawless floors in record time, but I mean, usually that was like legendary Assassin's Dagger, so maybe that's an outlier. In any case, for those of you on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe for more, check me out on Twitch for when I go live, support me on Twitch, Patreon, and Streamlabs, and I hope to see you here again for the next run of Dead Cells.